Hey, fellow Nintendo enthusiasts, Jason here at PAX East, and I just ran into two great people. We've got Alex, also known as Captain Nintendo, and we've got Triforce here. Now, if you don't know these two gentlemen, of course, they've been the ones who have been standing out in New York outside the Nintendo store waiting to pick up the world's first Switch, at least the first one that was sold to the public. Is that right?
That's actually correct. Officially, obviously, there's been review copies and stuff given out from the company, and then others launched around the world. But the flagship store that does the official launching for all of Nintendo's products is the Nintendo New York store. So that's where the commercially first official Nintendo Switch is sold, and that goes to this gentleman over here.
And you guys got that from Bowser himself, right?
Yes, we did. It was insane. Yeah, like lots of people kind of thought it would be Reggie because he was at the other ones, but he actually also passed on the torch to Doug Bowser, and he's kind of a new face in Nintendo right now, but he's a really cool guy. I can say from personal experience meeting him and all, and yeah.
So honest question, no fake stuff here. Were you a little disappointed though that Reggie wasn't there, or do you feel that you might be actually the first of many to meet Bowser, who might become a little bit more prominent?
Yeah, no, I think definitely.
Keep going.
No. No, I think definitely. I feel just the name Bowser, like I think he can definitely eventually become like the same legendariness like Reggie was. You know what I mean? Yeah. You said, wait, what did you say? You said.
Were you a little disappointed?
Disappointed. No. I mean, I never like to expect things, because I don't want to set myself up for disappointment. So I was hoping that he would be there. At first, I thought it was just a given that he would be, and that's what a lot of people thought. But as time went on and people at Nintendo weren't really talking about, Reggie, and I was like, that's kind of weird. And then I was like, I can't expect it. So, but, in the end, it was still a lot of fun, and I hope I'll meet Reggie eventually, one day. One day.
Yeah. So I know all of these questions are kind of answered in your vlogs. Of course, you guys vlogged both your channels, correct?
Yeah.
You vlogged your 31 days?
30. Yeah.
28. Because February.
Oh,
but
right,
it's
yeah.
technically a month.
Right.
Yes.
It's 28 days each day outside of the Nintendo of New York store. Yep. But let's just get a quick synopsis. Why did you decide to do this?
Because
where do we start?
I'm a big Nintendo fan, like huge, and yeah, that's the first layer. But then after that, I'm a YouTuber, so I wanted to, I thought it'd be cool to share that experience with everyone and YouTube it. I thought I'd make really great content. So, kind of those two things combined, and then also just kind of wanting to go out there and meet more people like me. Kind of pushed me to doing it.
Now some background here, because Triforce, you played a big part in this too, because you've been doing this for a few decades now, lining up at the Nintendo New York store. So, I mean, for those who don't know you, what have you been doing for the last 20 years? Go ahead and explain.
Oh well, I've been just in gaming period, from the community and focusing on the culture and the competitive aspect of gaming. That's literally just my actual life as a whole. Once the Wii U launched, I had told everyone I'm pretty much done with the standing in the line type of thing, because I wanted, I'm older now. I'm looking for kids and a family and all that other stuff. And I just knew I didn't have the time for it. But then that left a void in the community. So what ended up happening when they announced the Switch, everyone was like, Triforce, are you going to line up for the Switch? And I'm like, I just said, no, I'm stuffed at the Wii U. But some people were disappointed, and I didn't know it was that, it had that much of an impact on the culture of Nintendo. So I said I need to find a successor, somebody who had the same enthusiasm, the same passion, the same drive, and that wants to go out and make that happen. And literally, now I don't believe in coincidence, but this is a coincidence. He calls me. It's not a call, it's an email. He emails me the next day saying, "Hey man, I'm interested in going to like Nintendo in New York, to try to line up for the Switch, and I need some tips on how I can stand the line." He probably wants to be like within the first 100, and I'm like, okay. So I do a little background research on his YouTube, and I'm like, this is a new age, gamer who's playing retro Nintendo games along with the modern Nintendo games. Plus, he's been holding the Wii U down for since I've vanished into the mist and whatever. So I was like, I have a proposition for you. How would you like to be the first person in the world to officially get the Nintendo Switch? And he's like, how? So that's how the whole, I'll come to New York and I'll help you stand the line for a month and so forth. And I pretty much show them how you do the whole line thing, because a lot of people think one person can do it.
Right.
I've never done it by myself. Well, I've done it by myself when I do like 2 or 3 days, but like a week or a month, you need a team, or you need at least.
Washroom and stuff, right?
Yes, exactly. You need somebody who's gonna sit there and help you with the line, and that's how we end up doing that campaign. And he was like, "Why don't we YouTube this?" And I'm like, I told him I YouTube it, the Wii U, but he was like, "But you're not Captain Nintendo, dude." Then when he YouTubed it, it blew up. I was like, "What's going on?" Because I'm new to the YouTube universe. I always use YouTube as like an archiving purpose.
Right.
Just put my videos up there. But this guy is like, this is a young Jedi, Anakin Skywalker for YouTube, and he's like just smashing people in their face. This guy's like 5 times, 6 times, 8 times bigger than him. He's just smashing them.
Does that make you the Obi-Wan here?
Yeah, I'm Yoda. I'm on my way out. Yeah. So he'll be Obi-Wan when he's done, and then he'll have to find. Hopefully, he doesn't run into a Skywalker, because then you know what happens with that one.
Yeah, for sure. So Alex, I didn't know that you were the one who initiated all this. But now that it's all done, in hindsight, what surprised you? What panned out like you expected, and what really surprised you? Like you did not see this coming at all.
I mean, the amount of support and people that came out was mind-blowing. I did not think any of that would happen.
Did you think you were going to be alone with Triforce for a month? Pretty much.
Yeah, no, I thought the biggest challenge was boredom. Like just sitting out there being bored or whatever, and just cold and yeah, but then there was not a second of time after like the 3rd day where there wasn't someone around. Literally, like, it just constantly, we had people out there just hanging out. We were playing games. We were just talking about games and whatnot. I mean, where I come from, small little town in Wisconsin, there's not that many people that talk about games and stuff, especially Nintendo, Yeah. And it was just like, it was like everyone was speaking a different language, and it was so nice, and because I spoke that language as well. But in terms of like, I don't know, like, anything that like kind of happened that I thought I would. I mean, the cold, I thought it was gonna be cold, and it was actually like more cold, but kind of expected that. It got better. In the very beginning, in the beginning of February, it was nasty. You had a little snowstorm and stuff. I mean, I'm talking like I'm putting on like 3 layers of pants, and I'm still cold. But.
And you guys were out there, like, what was the schedule? Because you weren't actually allowed to be there 24 hours, right? So what was the typical day like?
Yeah.
Well, so the way how New York, the rules in New York is, you can't stand outside somewhere indefinitely and pretty much live on the street. That's loitering. So the way we worked it out, because it's been formed over the years, you stand outside across the street from Nintendo New York from open to close. And that's the most leniency New York will allow you. So we'd come there when they open, we'd leave when they close, we go back and we'd edit any videos, the video for the day, so we can have an episode out for tomorrow. So we did the 30 for 30. He did 30 episodes, I did 30 episodes, and we just put that out there per day. And we just keep returning. The week leading up to the launch now, which was a Sunday, we decided to pull the 24 hours, because we knew that the vultures were circling, waiting for that one hole so they could catch us, when Nintendo goes, okay, here's the line begins now, and then someone swoops in and gets the first one, which I kind of knew they were going to do.
So stressful, that moment, right?
Yeah, it was scary. But once we switched. Once we switched, our schedule. Yeah, hold on. Actually, you can't get the snaps on. Once we
Put the microphone on.
once we switched ours, we got the technique down pat. Once we switched the schedule to the 12-hour shifts. So I would do 12 hours. He would come in, tag in. He would do 12 hours. I would go back, shower, upload, sleep, come back. Then there was someone there 24 hours, no matter what.
Yeah.
And that was, we already knew that we had to do that the week going in. That was a crunch time. And then once Nintendo, which they did something completely new, they'd never done this before. They announced on public, the line starts this day. We were like,
Oh, no.
yeah, that was new for me. I've never.
Nintendo, though, they always switch it
Yeah.
out.
So then once everyone knew, then like the day before, that's when like this mass amount of people coming in to line up a day and a half before the launch. And the problem I had right there is the convergence. Before in the past, the convergence used to be just like, the transition, because it has to be another line for the convergence to exist. But before we used to transition from the queued line to the official line, it was usually about 10, 15 of us, and we all agreed on what our positions were. And then you just transition to the new line. Now when you have like 90 something people, yeah, that was a problem.
It was over 100.
Oh, that's right. It was. Oh, yeah.
30 or 50.
We queued like 80 something of that, but then it was 100 plus. And when you can watch his vlog of it, and there were people who were trying to just jump across the street, but I had to we created a system. The queued system has always worked. It's never failed. And this was the queued system really being tested. And literally everyone stood in their order. So the majority, like 95% of the people, went with the queued order. And then you have 5% people who was trying to break that, and they lost to the mass.
Completely.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have someone on the exhibit floor who's trying to get hold of me here. So that's why I'm looking away at my phone, because they're tackling something else. But so that's crazy, 100 people just in that queue line. So a big difference from the Wii U days. Do you feel that the Switch is kind of a resurgence? So we know now, the Switch has been out for a week officially. Sales numbers are good. We're seeing one of the strongest hardware sales ever for Nintendo.
Actually, the strongest.
The strongest, yes. Do you feel, and you've had some time yourselves with it, do you feel the Switch could be Nintendo's big comeback? Because we all know Nintendo has been kind of on the doom side for...
Let me grab that. Let me grab that. Okay, first of
share with Alex.
I get both opinions, but okay, number one, Nintendo has never been doomed. Nintendo hasn't even spent Super Nintendo money. That's number one. So we want to get that out of the way first of all. Now, in terms of Nintendo having a slide with the Wii U, that has happened, but I always blame the third party for that. And that's because Nintendo has never, as a first party, has never failed their audience with their console. It's always a lack of third party support. I already knew this. Nintendo's not necessarily making a comeback. They're just re-strengthening their position. Remember, the Wii had 100 million units sold, and then when they came out with the Wii U, third party decided to fall back on Nintendo, and Nintendo's like, what? But then Nintendo said, okay, we're going to switch it up on them. And in the Switch is actually the true next-gen system. When I say this, and before I give this to Alex, there's a perception of what next-gen is versus the reality. Right. Outside of the Wii, there hasn't been a next-gen system since the GameCube, then the 64. I say this because all they do is create a more powerful version of what the last system was. When you look at the 64 and you look at the GameCube and you look at the Wii, each of those systems brought something in innovation that changed, that made it different from its previous system. Even the Wii U with the gamepad, all of these systems defined a change in not, we have more graphic capability, we have more processing capability. No, that's just upgrading your hardware. Are we going to sit here and say every time PC updates, that's the next gen of PC? No, this is just an upgrade to your former PC. It's just getting more powerful. Now, when you reach to VR or touchscreen or AR in PC, that's next gen. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at the Switch, right, and you compare it to its competitors is just more powerful versions of their first iteration of their system. The Switch is nothing like the Wii U, nothing like the Wii, nothing like the GameCube, nothing like the 64, nothing like the Super Nintendo, nothing like the NES. In fact, it combines all of their traits into one and makes a new next-gen system. So, with that in mind, their competitors have to change their strategy. Their competitors cannot beat the Switch. They can add as much power as they want to. If they don't change and innovate the change, it's not a next-gen system. It's just a more powerful hardware. So what? It's like, here's an example, and I'm going to give it this to him. Yeah. Did the Game Gear beat this Game Boy? but it had way more power, didn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Alex, your thought on? Do you think the Switch is a resurgence for Nintendo? Click for yes.
Okay, so, uh, I think so. I mean, lots of people. I mean, I enjoyed the Wii U. You know, lots of people did. The games were awesome.
Most of us did.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo games are always awesome, but obviously, I don't think it was marketed correctly. The Switch definitely is. I mean, the marketing's right in the name, Switch. They thought they were doing that with the Wii U. It's like it's Wii and U personally. That was kind of dumb, but no, I think with how crazy it is, and the social aspect to it, that's what I think is really going to make it. It's going to really bring it Nintendo back and really like the masses, meaning like it's going to grab more than just the Nintendo community. It's going to go and grab like other people beyond that, because it's grabbing so many of us here. But I think because you can do 8-player LAN like Mario Kart 8, or like, you know, when Splatoon comes out, Splatoon 2, like all those games and stuff like that, it's a wrap, as Triforce says. Like, you know, be able to go out and just play it wherever you want, and people are going to see that, and they're like, oh, what is that? And it's just going to blossom from there, I think.
Well, it's also kind of symbolic because you were saying during your whole month of being there, what surprised you is there were always people around you to play. Exactly. How different would that month have been if this was, you know, the next gen and you had the Switch already available? Right?
And
There would be so many more people, I feel like, would want to come out and play with us, because like there was tons of people out there. I mean, I saw like 15 people at one time all playing the 3DS. But if we all had Switches and we're playing like console grade games, I mean, okay, some people might not say that in their opinion, like, oh, like, come on, it's like not even that good graphics or this or that. But like, look at it for what it's doing. Like, that's console grade games. Like, that's awesome. Like, it's full-fledged games. You know, it's a console. The whole console is right here, and it's like, it's yeah. I think any future launches, which I do plan on doing, like some games and stuff like Mario Kart or I don't even know yet. I live, again, like way out in nowhere right now, so I'll have to see if I can make that a possibility. But I really want to, because it's so much fun with everyone out there.
Right. So what's next for both of you? Like you've just spent a whole month doing this. Now you're about to head back home, and are you just gonna play Zelda for the next week?
Maybe.
So let's start with that.
I don't know. I think.
Do you have any plans? Have you even thought of what?
Yeah, no, I've thought a lot, because you know, YouTube with me and all is going really well, and which is just insane, and yeah, so I got lots of more plans to do, maybe go back for more launches, or to go to other conventions if I can, and all sorts of stuff, and just really get myself out there in the community, and just keep making videos now that I'm doing it full time, yeah, and then I don't know, we'll see what we're gonna do from there, but I got lots of plans. We'll see, and definitely gonna play a lot of Switch.
well, for me, I have to find a way. The passing of the torch to CND has put me in a different position in the whole Nintendo universe. So I'm older now, so I have to find a way to acclimate myself into a different position. So I'm trying to transcend my status, so to speak. And I'm starting a world tour. Actually, by the time you guys are watching this, my world tour has already begun, where I want to use a Switch and bring it to other regions of the world that does not have it.
That's amazing.
And so we can share the Nintendo experience with everybody on planet Earth. So and I can't do this alone. So I'm going to be forming like some type of Justice League of Nintendo gamers, and so forth. Yeah, and then we're gonna get this experience out on YouTube. And see, the thing is here is like, only the Nintendo community could do this, because we're into the games because of the culture, the passion behind it. This is nothing against the other guys. I have other systems and stuff like that. I play all games. From whether the handheld to another console to PC games, I play all games. If it's good, I play it. But Nintendo has a culture that no other gaming company on planet Earth has, in terms of size and in terms of length, in terms of time. And I grew up on Nintendo. So, at my age, I have to try to find a way to how can I utilize, my history, my culture, the community of Nintendo to help benefit society as a whole, from entertainment to other things and whatnot. And that's where I started my Nintendo World Tour. So I'm going to be busy this year. I'm going to be in the Caribbean, Latin America. I'm going to Africa. I'm going to Europe. I'm going to the Asias. So yeah, I look tired because I am, because it's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be very gratifying. When I have children, they can look back at their father and they said their father used something that he loved and contributed positively to society.
And all of that is going to be documented on your channel?
Both. I'm going to be doing a lot of collaborations, some with CND. There's a bunch of Nintendo YouTubers. This is not something, it's the Triforce show. That's not, beyond that now, so, because I'm older now, obviously. This is about sharing the experience with other Nintendo gamers. So, like I said, Captain N, I'm talking to Nintendo Cade. I'm going to be talking to a bunch of other different, Nintendo influencers, Abdallah, so forth, and try to form this, like, Justice League, and then we'll see what happens then.
We're going to see more of you on Nintendo Enthusiast, right?
Oh yeah, of course, definitely. anything to spread the message and the positivity and get everybody involved. We want everybody involved. If the more they support us, the more people we can help, the more people we can share the Nintendo experience with.
Yeah, sure. And on that note, we are working on a Class vs. Crass, so you can look forward to seeing Triforce and Alex joining us on a Class vs. Crass podcast. We don't have a date yet, but soon. But if you want to catch more of Alex and Triforce, what are your channels? Where can people find you?
Oh, well, you guys can find me on my esports team channel, Empire Arcadia, one word.
And then mine is just CND. You just type the letter C, N, D. Is my little. Man, I can't believe I'm still doing that. I started that when I was so young, but yeah, CND, Captain Nintendo, dude. You'll see me.
But the quirky stuff works sometimes.
Yeah,
it does.
Exactly.
Because nobody else is they're gonna like, no, that's embarrassing. I'm not gonna do that. But you're like, I own this. It's fine.
Now it's crazy.
But thanks again, guys, for taking the time. I know you guys just came off this month. I know you were both very tired. So thanks for taking the time to do this interview with me.
Oh, definitely.
One last question. Did either of you lick a Nintendo Switch cart yet?
Not yet. We're actually trying to like make a video out of it one day, but we'll see. I don't know. Eventually.
Neither of you?
Not yet.
I don't think I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna make you do it.
Why would you lick your? No.
It's the new thing, man.
Probably my wife. I'll see if she wants to lick it. But me,
It's all right. I haven't licked it either yet, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone, and keep it here. There'll be more PAX East footage or PAX East coverage, and there's gonna be more good Nintendo stuff here on Nintendo Enthusiast. We'll see you guys next time.